Hello, John. It's lovely to see you today. How are you?
Oh, hello, Daphne, isn't it?
Yeah,
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 yeah. I'm not too bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So it's really nice to see you.
yeah. Well, thank
So
you for letting me come.
that's all right. Did you need a glass of water before we start?
Oh, I've had some, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and did the ladies out front? Did they get you to fill out all of the forms you needed to?
Yeah, there was two forms, and I filled them
Yeah,
in, and yeah, they seemed happy with them. Yeah,
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
perfect. And so Um, in during this session, I might have to take notes. Sometimes I can get a bit hazy, and
Mm.
I'll add to some of the notes that we put down last time.
When we
Is
talked on the phone.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
is that all right with you?
Yeah, yeah. That's well, sort of. Yeah, I'm okay, but can you make sure that this stuff stays in house because I don't want to get back to work at all.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I'll just run confidentiality with you. So
Yes, yeah,
because it's obviously something that is bothering you a little bit, and
yeah.
we think that confidentiality is extremely important here. So basically, what it is that everything that we say or do in this room stays between you and I.
Mm.
And there are only a few reasons if I'd have to break that.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of them would be if I think you or somebody else is at risk of harming themselves, or if I'm ordered to by court of law. So
Mm.
other than that, everything will stay here and it won't get out to your employer. So
Well, that's good because
yeah,
I'd be very upset if that
yeah,
happens. Yeah,
yeah. No, of
yeah.
course. So and sometimes I may find that I'm out of my own depth. So if
Mm.
that is the case, I may have to refer you to someone with a higher level of expertise.
Okay.
So
Yep. Fair
yeah,
enough. Yep.
if we do have to do that, we'll work together and we'll find
Mm-hmm.
someone who can suit your needs to the best of their possibilities. So
Mm-hmm.
um, so we've got about 50 minutes today. So
Mm.
just a recap from the phone call. You said that you lost your partner Paul from AIDS, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was it was really hard in there. Those
Mm.
last couple of months, he was in a lot of pain, and
Mm.
it's I took time off work and everything, and it was really hard in lots of ways because I'm a very private man, and I didn't
Mm.
want people to know a, a gay partner, and
Mm.
so I guess yeah, even now it's still a struggle.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe he's gone. I mean, we
Yeah.
were together for 5 years, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember you said that last time. So,
yeah.
and uh, have you always kept the relationship secret?
Well, to work anyway. To work.
Yeah.
I I don't think it's their business really,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be judged.
Yeah.
And some people can take people being gay and run with it. So
Mm.
I've always separated out the two and tried really hard to just say, that's my private business, and I go to work and I
Mm.
do my job, and
Yeah.
so that's why I'm saying I really don't want them to know anything about what my private life's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you got some issues there, so that you obviously don't want the people at work to know because they may judge you. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're just people that I work with, so
mm.
it's not my life that I have outside,
Yeah.
and so even though I get sad at times, I don't really think that I want to hear from them about it because I don't
Yeah.
understand, and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better this way.
Yeah. And do you have any friends at work that you are close with, or no?
No, no. As I said, it's work, and I
Yeah.
do what I have to do, and I go home and
Yeah.
do what, and that's a much better thing, I think.
Yeah. And so, how has that affected your work performance?
Well, the boss hasn't been really warm towards me because I was taking that time off, and I guess even being a bit distracted at times
Yeah.
because the whole thing was so surreal. There he was. He'd been happy and well for 5 years. We were together, and
Yeah.
it was great. And then suddenly he's just gone down, 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 and some days I just didn't want to be at work, and some days even when I was there, my brain was somewhere else, but I couldn't tell the boss, and so he's been giving me a bit of a difficult time over those things, but I still think I'm better off to just keep it private.
Yeah. So it seems like you clearly don't have a lot of people at work that you can talk to about this. So
No.
That's got to be really hard. So I'm really glad that you came in to see me about this. So because I think that's a very important issue that we'll definitely explore in the next session that we have together. So and you said in the phone call that you had some issues with your parents as well about this.
Yeah, well, when you tell your parents that you're gay, that sort of doesn't go over real well because they've got other thoughts about it. But I always, I tried to get them to like Paul, but it was pretty clear that they were not happy with him, and so in the end I used to just go once a month by myself and visit, so sort of, I don't know, keep the peace or not cause any more trouble. And so I don't know, I think that even now I'm not real sure how they feel about me and what the last 5 years looked like to them. And I mean, they still harp on about that they think I'm going to get AIDS or something, and I tell them, but they don't listen. So it's not, they're not understanding very well.
Well, I think it's important that even though they had a certain view a little while ago, it's important that you focus on what their views are now. Are they supportive now towards you, or are they still not very understanding?
Yeah, I probably haven't really thought about it much. I just been holding on to what I understood about it from the past, when I used to just sneak over every month and leave Paul behind. So I suppose I haven't really thought about it now, and perhaps I should do a little bit of exploring.
Well, it's very important that you pay close attention to their actions and listen very carefully to their words, because sometimes people have an interesting way of showing that they care about someone. So sometimes it might come across as being maybe a bit aggressive, but you'll find that there are some undertones of loving and caringness. So I think it's important that you really pay close attention to what they're saying and what they're doing. So
I probably have closed them off and haven't thought about their responses for quite a long time. I'm just playing peacekeeper. And now I guess I don't know what support they really are giving and not giving to me. So so I'm glad we thought about that, because otherwise I would have just sort of perhaps kept them at arm's length without knowing for sure.
Definitely. So that is very important, and it's important that you know where your support lies, because it's important that you know that there's more than just one person that's supporting you. So and also last time on the phone you said that your sister was supportive of you.
She's been really understanding. Out of all the people, I think she's been the one that I could go to and talk to freely. Well, mostly ring her actually, but so that's been something of a really positive thing out of the journey, that she has understood and been quite supportive of me. 5 years I was with Paul, and even now I guess she's supportive, I guess.
Well, that's good. It's good that you've got one definite person that is supportive. So do you keep in contact with your sister often?
Well, I should have. I guess just as we were talking, I was thinking that it's crazy. Here's the one person that has shown support, and I haven't rung her much at all since then. And I guess I've been feeling sorry for myself or something, a bit lost. But I think I'll try to get contact her after this, actually.
Yeah.
Because really, I need some people in my life to keep me going, I think. Yeah.
And it's always important to be open about your feelings and honest, and especially if when you do find someone who's extremely supportive, because like you said before, there's not a lot of people at work there's no one at work that you can really get support from, and then you're not quite sure about your parents, but you have your sister, and so I think that's amazing. So whether you call her, Skype her might be a good one, so it's almost like being there face to face, but not quite.
When you can see somebody's face, it's much nicer.
Yeah, makes it a bit easier.
She's way over in Adelaide, so it's better if I can see her face. That would be good. And, but I think I should contact her and talk some more to her.
Yeah, and so were Paul's family aware of the relationship? Do you have any support on their side?
Paul's folks live over in the UK, actually, and I'm pretty sure they didn't know anything about the relationship. So, these are the hardships of being gay. Sometimes you just don't want to push the envelope because you don't know what's going to happen. And so obviously Paul chose not to go that way. And I think that really, so there's no real relationship between me and them at all. I just know them because of Paul talking to me. So, I think, I'm really a bit lost as to what to do with that whole conversing with them about his death. And so I'm just going to have to, I don't know, think about it some more.
Well, I think the best thing that you can do at the moment is just offer them support, because, I think it's important that they know that you at least knew about Paul. And I think it's important that they know that there's other people there for them, and that you guys could possibly help each other. And you don't necessarily have to tell them about the relationship, but just make sure that they know that they've got support if they need it. So
well, maybe I might have to think about that a bit more. Maybe even talk to my sister about it too, because that's a tough one. I'm not sure, because it could open a can of worms as well.
Well,
I don't know whether I'm strong enough to handle it. Because if they did say something really hurtful, I don't know whether, especially about Paul, I just don't think I want to hear any negatives at the moment, because it's only been a couple of months since he died, and this whole idea is still new to people in this era of things, but we loved each other, and that's what mattered most.
Well, so it seems as though if you were to talk to Paul's parents, I think one of the most important things is that we find the root of the problem and we work our way up. So we've got about 5 minutes left today. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I don't know. It's I guess just what I said on the phone. I'm sort of struggling just to focus, and I miss him so much. And everything sort of seems to just go on as if he hasn't even died. You go into work, and anywhere you go, everybody else is getting on with their life. So I just feel a little bit like, I don't know. I don't know where I fit at the moment, that's all.
Well, that's all right. Well, the more sessions we have together, the more we can work on all of these issues. So today was more of a recap, and so we could identify some of the problems that you're having. And so before you come back, I have a pamphlet out front. I can't think of the place off the top of my head, but it's a website, and it's for Gays Anonymous. So you go on and you talk to someone, whether it's on the phone, whether it's online. It helps you come to terms with who you are. And I think an important thing for you to do right now is to come to terms with who you are and really find out more about yourself. And I think that's the best way to start fixing most of the problems that you have, because it seems like that is a very important issue that's going on at the moment, that you're a little bit lost, and that I think you coming to terms with who you are will help you with work and with your family. And so yeah, when we go out and book your next appointment, I'll give you the little pamphlet that comes with it, and it gives you more information about it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good. I need that. I
Yeah.
really do. Yeah. Thank you so much.
That's all right. And they're also, just like here, they're highly confidential, and so it's a good place to start with. So that way you don't have to do face-to-face talking, like I said, whether it's online. That way you can just slowly build up your confidence, and I think that'd be a wonderful thing to do. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for coming. It was really lovely to see you face to face.
Thank you for listening to me.
That's all right. So if you wanted to follow me at the front, we'll get the link to that website and we'll go book your next appointment.
Okay.